taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
But then luckily though we had another fight card in the evening time, from PBC. This will be the final PBC Showtime pay-per-view, the final Showtime pay-per-view, which is really a damn shame because like I said, if you watch, as we mentioned before, Showtime was always what we call the real nigga boxing channel. Like HBO was the WWF. And Showtime was like WCW.
WCW,
yeah. Like in the 90s, like you knew, like the shit was a slightly lower level, but they had the scraps. Like they had they have legendary scraps. Like so the fact that this was going to be the final pay-per-view was kind of like, I was just like, this is a goddamn shame. Of course, it's main evented by one David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. But what's this? Best in the world. Who's best in the world?
Who the fuck you think it is, nigga?
This nigga, I'm gonna need you to stop putting King P there. You can't be like, no, that's LB's thing to be changing his name, nigga. I thought he was doing this shit twice, nigga. But anyways, what's good? What's good, P?
Salute. What it do, God?
You know it is. We the best podcast in the world. So.
And you came just in time after we just finished wrapping up the fucking Cameron and Taylor. Yeah, so P. So we was getting to PBC, it's going through the fact that Andrade Benavidez is the final Showtime pay-per-view. It was a decent watch or whatever. So I can't complain. Before
it was one of the better pay-per-views, nigga. What are you talking about? Decent watch, like. The ebb and flow on that shit was kind of good.
I mean, the Benavidez Plant one is still the better one because I think that one had like legitimate heat.
I'm not gonna lie, this pay-per-view kind of flew by quickly.
Yeah, it did because number one,
you had knockouts, nigga. That's why. What the fuck?
No, like it was extra quick. Like the pacing was just like, and it was there.
It kind of did because I felt by like 12:30, like. The night was over with, like, and usually, like, it kind of, like, most pay-per-views, it's, like, peaking at that moment, but that shit ended by that time, because, they started shit on time and you had knockouts, but it did seem fast, I'll give you that, I ain't gonna lie, it did feel like niggas gave us the damn Promised Neverland Season 2 case.
The opener was fire, but I mean, Lipinets Rivera was too bad that wasn't on the card. That was a good fight too,
Yeah,
let's talk about that real quick if you don't mind, Pat, please.
Yeah. I was trying to get into that. Yeah, because I mean, we saw Lipinets and Rivera. I was like, okay, because I mean, I actually thought Lipinets was probably gonna put his foot in Rivera's ass. Like, I actually thought that was gonna be the case because I was like, because Rivera was coming back, coming from the loss to Frank Martin, and he popped dirty and all that time. I'm thinking to myself, maybe his mind might not be there for some of the Lipinets. Lipinets, he's been, kind of bouncing between 140 and 147, but dude is an operator. Like, dude is no one that you take lightly at all. So it's like, and I was actually surprised though how effective Rivera was at boxing dude up. Like, he legit boxed Lipinets up, like backing him up, hurt him a couple of times. Like, dude really did his thing in this fight. Pilot, what did you think?
Rivera looked good. Lipinets, I know he hasn't fought since he retired Figueroa, which was pretty sad on the stool. Figueroa quit. But it was a good fight. Rivera did look good. Looked like he was a little bit more healthy. That Frank Martin fight, that's not a Rivera we've seen before. So maybe it was an anomaly, a one-off. Maybe he had to move up in weight. I don't know what it was, but he did well. He won the fight. There was around 6 through 8. Lipinets was kind of charging, but
I thought Michelle was solid, but I didn't think he was spectacular. There were some people that were like, "Oh, he was really, really good." I thought he looked good, but he didn't look great. I don't know why motherfuckers thought he looked great.
If King P, the back foot boxing king, is saying you ain't look spectacular, then there's some merit to that.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. He looked solid, and
I thought he picked his spot.
Played into that.
I thought he picked his spots well. Also, Lipinets to me kind of like he felt old. Like I don't know, maybe it was just me, but he felt like I don't know. He didn't feel like the Lipinets of a couple of years ago.
He aged overnight. That's weird. He aged.
Yeah, he had a flat performance, bro. But my thing is this: look, if you're in the ring with a guy who's obviously having a flat performance, you need to look spectacular. You shouldn't just look solid. At a 1 through 10, Rivera had like a 7.5 type of performance.
right.
With the version of Yipiness he fought, he needed to have an 8.5, 9, 10 performance.
I gave him a C+.
Yeah, like it's clearly he won clearly.
I give him a B.
But he looked good in spots, but it's just overall like and the commentary was correct at the end where they're like, he's a player, but I'm not gonna say he's one of the big ones.
And real quick, shout out to Stephen Badman Edwards, because every time he's on, he be breaking this shit down so good. You know what I'm saying? Commentary. Yeah. He looks like a dude that, like that's why I'm hoping this PBC deal. They need Brandon Lee, they need Elvis Rodriguez, Sims, Garrett.
Real quick, God, like you said it because they showed Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee versus Rivera. If they was to fight next, who you think wins?
It's a good fight. I think I lean towards Lee.
All right, same here.
Yeah, Lee for sure.
I don't know. That's a 50-50 one.
But I know Pete don't like.
I feel you. He's low-key right.
But Pete don't fuck with Lee. He don't.
He don't.
It's not that I don't fuck with Lee. I don't think he's all that good. I mean, he has power, but he's extremely hittable.
He got dropped back.
Their flaws kind of match up.
No, I just think he's big because Brandon Lee's fought like almost at welterweight before. So he's a bigger guy. He's been the weight longer. Again, I think these PBC. It was the same. All that shit. Yipper just had all that same shit. I'm saying, but PBC got so many like Gary Antoine Russell, Sims. They got so many 140 guys that they could be. They need to get a deal where these guys can fight twice a year and mix it all up. Like there's no reason.
Let me ask you this: Barbosa Jr. versus Rivera.
I think Barbosa Jr. would beat Rivera.
Which Barbosa are we getting?
The best one, nigga. Shit. So Pilot, who you said?
It was Rivera and I picked Barbosa. But I mean,
all these guys that you named, Kenny Sims would beat all their asses. Yeah. Kenny Sims would beat Rivera's ass.
That's the thing. I'm giving you good main event, solid matchups, though. But that's how good 140 is.
But Rivera got. I mean, like the thing is, I didn't expect Rivera to. I mean, a lot of people thought Lipinets would beat Rivera. I mean, like literally, a lot of people thought Lipinets was going to beat Rivera. I don't know if we predicted. Yeah. So
I mean, the best version of Lipinets does beat Rivera, I believe. And
well,
the crazy part is. He took like 3 rounds.
Yeah,
with that performance. That's why King P and niggas is like, yo, that's C+, that's a 7. That ain't really. One's saying. No one's gonna pick him to outright be the favorite to beat Brandon Lee, Kenneth Sims, Barbosa. None of these guys.
I think. How about Elvis Rodriguez? Who would win that?
Oh wow, I'm picking Elvis.
Yeah. So what 140 guy? I mean, he looks like he's gonna be a gatekeeper at 140, basically, is what y'all say. Because I mean, he's gonna be a.
He just beat a gatekeeper at 140.
I mean, he's gonna be. I'm saying, but he's gonna y'all don't see him as a champion at 140. It sounds like, obviously.
I mean, honestly, he got to pick up the offense a little more.
I mean, I see a little potential. I mean, again, like the Frank Martin fight was such a bad performance from him, but he looked good before that. Because I think.
This is the thing. The type of performance Frank Martin had against him is what he needed to have against this version of Yipinets.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he looked good. He looked good, but he didn't look as good as he could have. So, but he looked better than what we thought. So maybe his next fight,
which is true, but then
maybe his next fight against like a Lee or something, maybe he rises to the occasion and impresses us and exceeds our expectations again. That's what I'm just saying.
If this the best he could do against somebody who's not elite and not giving it his best tactical effort, then I don't know. Maybe it's a draw. Or he completely loses.
Right.
Because think about it, like everybody's bad performance level ain't the same. Angry Fist flat performance might be better than a Yippinet's flat performance. You get what I'm saying? So if you're struggling this much, like remember there was a point where he let Yippinet's get back into the fight.
Sure
yeah,
did.
I think Lipinets might have won the 10th.
Yeah, because Lipinets was stuck because Lipinets was fine with urgency because he was trying
to get him out of it, but you know, again, like Lipinets 3 years ago would have probably knocked him out or some shit, but you know, he's not.
Yeah, but I don't think Lipinets. It's not the age; it's just the rust. Dude's just not fighting, and you know,
I think both. He's 34. You know, I mean, he's been in some rough fights. You know,
and he fought last year,
and the rust. But yeah, I know, but that's back to my point of PBC fighters. Like we need these. They have a lot of talent that they need guys to fight twice a year. You know.
I mean, he was getting fucked over with people pulling out. Pause. Same thing with Stanionis.
Oh, Stanionis, another one.
And Stanionis ain't even have the fight yet or nothing lined up officially.
He ain't fought since Spence Ugas.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. And he.
But with
that fight game's coming soon. That fight announcement's coming soon. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, but at least with Stanionis though, I mean, he took the step aside, so I can't. So he is partly at fault. Like he could have forced a lot of different things. How do you not?
But then y'all niggas would have been mad at him.
Not me, nigga. I wanted that. I absolutely.
I didn't mind it though either. Like not me. I mean,
nigga. I wanted.
But I get it. You know,
I wanted Ugas to go through the ringer. I wanted it. Damn that. I didn't want Ugas to go to I want him to earn that damn Spence fight.
Yeah, because like you just got the Pacquiao layup, nigga. Chill. Like,
yeah, because it's like I wanted the nigga to get put through the ringer because that's why I wanted that fight. But he took the step aside, so I mean, dude got paid, so I can't can't complain about that. He can't complain about being inactive, and just the whole thing with I
mean, he's still in an unlucky situation because even with the Thurman, pump fakes, he's been getting pump fakes with Stan, with what's his name, Ortiz, all of that shit, like yeah. Well, so he's still like I get it, but yeah, he's still getting fucked over. Like I just hope niggas stay active in the gym so they don't be rusty like yipping it. Look.
Yeah, so but either way, it was a good rebound win for Rivera. Like I said, it was a solid win for him. So it's like I can't complain. And
well, at least one Dominican one, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, and which takes us to the opener where we had Hector Luis Garcia defending, making his maiden title defense against Lamont Roach. And like I said before that, me and Pilot, we thought that Roach can beat Garcia because it was like, why not? Like, Roach had improved from the Herring fight, which I mean, Herring legitimately did outbox him. Like Roach was kind of in it over his head when he got that first title shot. And it wasn't the most exciting fight either. I'll tell you that. But Jamel Herring did what he had to do, and Roach did not. So, that's how that lost. But Roach learned from that fight. He did. And I will say this though, I don't know if Garcia was either drained from making weight or whatever, but the guy that beat down Lil B-Hop, that wasn't the guy in the ring that night.
He didn't look drained. He didn't look drained to me. He looked shell-shocked a little bit. Even Roach, that doesn't hit light, was touching him up, and he was like, acting like it was hurting him.
Well, it was that, and I guess either the fact. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because
he just looked listless, but he didn't look good in the Tank fight either. It's like, to me, he's had 2 good performances, then he's had 2 bad performances.
Yeah, and to me, usually when fighters have that, he must have had trouble making weight or something like that because no one had because it was such a drop off in performance.
He had the fucking yippiness performance in this fight. That's what it was.
Yeah, and and funny thing is too is like Roach nearly gave the fight away because in the early rounds I was like Roach, I was screaming at the team. I was like, Roach, you gotta get busy. Like dude was letting
Roach didn't look all that impressive either, but toward the end it's like he kind of
He woke
really
up.
kind of went for it.
Yeah, he
didn't look impressive, but I thought he did enough to win those rounds, though. So I was like, but I could have seen why they would have fucked him over at the end if that would have been the case. But I thought he did enough to win those rounds.
No, I agree because I felt like his shots were bigger,
but yeah,
and they landed with more impactful than Garcia, whose shots were straighter and they looked cleaner. But it just felt like when Roach would land, he did more damage because Garcia would go back and shit.
Especially towards the course of the second half of the fight, because it felt like Roach was, both. But for the first 4 rounds, it was a lot of feeling out. You know what I mean? But as the fight went on, I felt like Roach was kind of at least pressing the issue a little bit more, throwing his hands in, the work rate. I don't know what the punches thrown were, but I felt like he controlled. As the fight went on, he controlled the fight more clearer and clearer.
Roach just landed more period. Like
they dropped him, obviously too.
They were really like trying to like the first half of the fight. Honest to God, looks like they're both trying to compete to see who could fight behind the other guy faster. It just Roach would throw like an extra 3 punches or something, and his shots that did land just were more impactful. And then it just seemed after the second half, Roach just said like something woke up in Roach like, fuck it, like, I could do better. Mm-hmm. And if this is the best he's gonna do against me and he's the champ, I could do better and and win this shit. And it just felt like he fought that way after that.
Mm-hmm.
I just spent half the fight just trying to like land a counter shot, like that one counter shot. And I'm just like, wait, you're not even like a power puncher like that. Throw more. Stop trying to pull the jab out and trying to run him into a damn uppercut. It's not coming.
He was trying to fight
like was great Danny Garcia out there.
You were trying to fight like low-key a Danny Garcia / Tank, like just looking for that one shot. You ain't that nigga, bro. I'm sorry.
He's not, and that's the thing. At least Tank and Danny Garcia, they kind of bait you to throw more. They kind of put the jab out there. It's like you could be an aggressive counter puncher. It's just you got to work off the jab. You got to get guys to commit to throw at you. A lot of these guys, they don't even want to do that, so they just kind of sit up there and they're just like, okay.
He was fine, kind of
look like I could throw an uppercut, maybe a hook.
Was it Broner-ish? I mean, like I don't know. Like you're just looking for that. Like I don't know.
It was a little Broner-ish, but Broner even throw his hands more than that sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, no, I mean, I will say is that when Roach woke up though and started hurting dude, like I was like, okay, like finally, it's like, it's one thing is too. Lamont Roach is not I mean, it's very rare you see dude getting ready, like look like he was getting ready because he was getting ready to stop Garcia, which would have been a huge like upset because I mean, them odds were kind of high for a Roach knockout, and Garcia looked like he was. I don't know. I mean, I think one thing was understated though because Roach was landing body shots on dude, like audible ones, like real clean body shots. And I don't know if that was just, I think that might have took some of Garcia's resistance away. Because the way that Roach, the funny thing is the way that Roach like had him stunned at I think it was the 11th round, and then Roach was kind of teeing off on him, and that was the one thing I was like, damn, like does Roach really doesn't have power like that? Because he landed clean on Garcia when he had him stunned, but Garcia didn't like go back, like go down or do anything like that, like I was expecting, like, okay, he's teeing off on him, like, but he wasn't like bobblehead or like.
I mean, he did drop him, and it hurt him a couple times. He hurt him, and he dropped. You're talking about Garcia, right?
Yeah, in the 12th round, he I mean, most people was like that was like behind the head, but I didn't think it was behind the head like that.
Sometimes it happens, I mean, I've seen a lot of knockouts with behind the ear shots, so it's not like it don't happen,
Yeah, but funny thing too, but that was the knockdown was needed for him to actually win that fight too.
No, wait a minute, that shit was definitely behind the head. Like, come on, man.
It was behind the head, but I'm saying, I mean,
yo, real talk, it was though, because me and my sister was like, we watched all the fights together, and when we seen it live in real time, it looks like it's the side of the head,
clean shot.
But when the instant replay showed it. It
the complete back of the head.
Back of the head, clearly. Like, you can't miss it type of back of the head. And it wasn't intentional, but it was definitely back of the head, though. It's like, I don't think you could deny that.
No. It was behind the back of the head. I'm just saying. I've seen the knockouts behind the back of the head. I've seen, it happens sometimes. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but but that actually gave him that's the shit that gave him the fight though, because without it would have been a split draw.
Yeah, that was
yeah. But Tim Cheatham,
and even though the fight, it's like Garcia was so lackluster. Yeah. Even a draw, I still would have. Even had Roach winning.
That 7-5 Hector card was not good at all.
Yeah. Because Garcia just ain't. Even the close rounds, like King P said, Roach still kind of just had the better work. Mm-hmm. So like I would have had him winning, but like with that performance, like Garcia didn't deserve to keep his belts with that shit.
I gave Hector 4 rounds. Maybe you could push for 5 at the absolute most. I don't know how you come up with 7 rounds.
Nigga, I don't, dude. You went from 5 to 7. I don't know how you would get 6. Like even 6 is a stretch. Like, because I agree, it's like Garcia won like maybe 4-5 tops, but once you start getting to 7 and 6 and 7, it's like nah, I don't see it. Yeah.
So I mean, one of the cards for Roach was like a 116, 111, and I could accept that card for Roach, but not certainly anything not for a Garcia or anything like that. Like not even close. And then the other one was a 114, 113 for him. So and then Max Luca gave Garcia the fight by 1. But Garcia deserved to lose his belt for that. Like it was like, I don't know what dude walked through his title defense for no apparent reason. That's why I'm blaming. He must have had trouble making weight because So I mean, salute to Lamont Roach though for causing an upset and becoming the new WBA super featherweight champion. Like
he real quick. He got his Tevin Farmer O'Shaquie Foster moment. 130 guy that lost a couple times early on and became champ. So salute to 130. 130's heating up. It's a good division.
Yeah, and now I think they're gonna try to make a O'Shaquie Foster Lamont Roach unification, which won't be which is definitely not a bad fight. I mean, I would definitely, I mean, they definitely should make it happen because 130 is a hot division again. I mean, it's not the fades era, but it's interesting fights are there to be made. So salute to Lamont Roach for that. And the next fight too had fight of the year written on it, but unfortunately it did not end that way. Talk about Sabril Matias and Shohan Ergashev.
And that caveman got smoked.
Yeah.
And honestly, Ergashev. I mean, I actually thought he did stun Matias. Like, dude won the first couple of rounds. Like, he was like putting
the first round and a half. The first round and a half.
This was another Ponce. Won the first round clearly, and then after that, it just went all downhill from there.
Kanye West, it all falls down straight up.
Yeah, because it just seems like it's a routine. Like these guys that look good for the first 2 rounds, and you're like, damn, Matias, like what's going on? And then somehow he kind of just wears him down mentally and breaks him down and starts beating the shit out of him. And then dudes is like looking toward their corner and looking toward the ceiling, looking toward God. Everyone.
How much does it play a role? Do y'all think like that he caught a body that these guys? I mean, just. Did it quit prematurely, or I'm just saying.
Well, I will say
this,
though,
man.
Like the last. I mean, I will say. I mean, Matias has like prime Margarito pressure. Like that shit is like his pressure is fucking ridiculous, and he clearly punches hard as shit because Ergashev's face was all fucked up in the game. Like his face was fucked up.
It's thudding. He has that thudding. Chop the tree down, but he chops that tree down with like he hates that muffin tree or something. He just,
if it seems like it only takes him like once Matias starts going, it only takes him like for the ones that want to stay in the fight with him, it takes him like 3 rounds before motherfuckers is like, damn, like this motherfucker.
5 in a row, he put on the school. 5 in a row, man. I mean,
but in this case, Ergashev he quit. Like there's no question that he quit. This nigga said his leg, like ain't nothing wrong with his leg. Like he didn't injure his leg because he just simply couldn't. He got gassed because of the pressure. And Matias was starting to really land some serious shit on him.
And he wasn't fighting smart either. Like, he started off good, but he was throwing hard Canelo type punches in the paint, and then he didn't use any type of footwork or ring generalship to get away from Matias when Matias started the avalanche. And it's like just no jab, no ring generalship. He looked like he was capable of doing all of this. It just strategically, it just wasn't a good fight after 2 rounds. Like, right, yeah, downhill. Like, and he looked like he could hang.
Yeah, and because he stayed in Matias wheelhouse too long and just got obliterated. You know,
all these guys make the same mistake. Like, you're right. You can't stand in front of, like, no matter how good you punch, how quick your hands are, how devastating the punch. It's like, you can't stand in this guy's wheelhouse and just keep doing that shit. Like, you got to do it in spots. And I feel like the guy who could do it in spots and use boxing behind it would be the guy to beat him. Like, think about it. A guy who fought
who's that guy? Who's that guy? Like a Teofimo?
A Teofimo is capable of that with the footwork, and he punches hard enough.
He's got to be on point. We have to have a locked and laser focused, special looking Teofimo, not.
Yeah, it has to be special. It's special Teo, like. Yeah. And because Teo's last fight, although it was upset and he won, I felt like it was more Josh Taylor being bad than it was anything Teo did spectacular.
That's true. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Although Teo did a good job.
It was a good job. It was like a A-, B plus-ish.
Yeah. So a guy like Teo.
I just don't know how Teo would deal with Matias's pressure. That's the only thing. Because he can box him and he can counter well, but like his footwork would need to be completely on point.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter because none of these guys are gonna. And I'm not saying this because they're ducking him. I'm just saying none of the top guys are gonna fight him. They're gonna wait till somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be avoided.
Although he's looking like they might look at it. Well, he's looking more vulnerable. Or with all these, you see the first 2 rounds, and you think maybe I could capitalize on that. I'm better than those guys, so
because that's the thing. He does look beatable. Like honestly, like a guy like Sugar Shane Mosley would eat a prime Sugar Shane Mosley would eat up a Matias.
He's been beat, but I'm saying this version of him, do you have to knock him out in the first round to beat him? You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, just dude, look, bro. Like, it's not that simple. It's not that hard. It's kind of like you got to have that Lee Wood approach to the lower rematch where you gotta box, you gotta know when to land your hard shots, but you also gotta box, but you gotta keep your defense tight. That means you gotta have your hands to your face, you gotta react well, you can't just sit in the paint, try to trade shots every time you land 3 punches. Like,
you can't be in his warehouse at all.
You could be there, but you could be there for 3-4 seconds and get out. You can't just be there for like 15 seconds. You can't just make it a phone booth. Like, these niggas ain't James Toney with the defense.
Yeah, and
these niggas ain't Pernell Whitaker.
And then Anthony Manzano, I disagree. I don't think Matias is a carbon copy of.
Yeah, he's not Mayorga's way more wilder with his shots. And no, that's not a good comparison.
Yeah, no. Margarito's
a better comparison.
Yeah,
because they have more of a similar style. Like, this is the thing. Like, Mayorga is more athletic than a guy like Margarito and Matias. Like, he's punching with both hands. He's throwing uppercuts, overhands, hooks, smashes, lead uppercuts. Like more like Mayorga and Salido were more of the same cloth than Matias and Mayorga. Like, Matias is more Alfredo Angulo.
I was going to say Angulo is the better comparison for Matias.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Angulo or Margarito pretty much because Margarito's pressure used to be crazy because he used to mark for it, and then his volume punch, and of course his punching power. Motherfucker used to like brutalize cats.
He actually could cut off the ring. Like, Mayorga really wasn't the best at cutting off the ring. He kind of just stepped to you because
if he could cut off the ring, was able to outbox his ass.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just about to say you already know where I was going with it.
Good. A lot of people compared Matias to Hurd. That was a comparison I heard a lot. Jared Hurd.
I wish it's because Matias actually does have decent defense when he uses it, whereas Hurd doesn't have no type of defense.
Yeah, I think Matias' defense is a little bit better than Hurd.
Yeah. But Matias, I mean, he had the first round. He takes those shots, but his defense, he's
kind of improves. Whereas, like Matias' defense gets better as the fight goes on. Hurd's defense gets worse. Like Hurd's defense be solid for the first 3 rounds. He'll be moving his head, parrying, but then it just after the 3rd round, it just kind of goes out the window. He's not moving his head. No parrying.
Yeah, it's Rocky time for that nigga, bro. But I'd say Matias. I mean, I still think Matias is probably the most dangerous 140 champion there. Like I said, I mean, honestly, with the exception of probably maybe 140 Gary Russ. I mean, I think I must say Matias can be beaten because we saw him get beat before. Like he's very capable. I mean, but you have to have it. You have to have a certain intangible to actually beat him.
You definitely got to have a chin. You got to be tough. And you got to
durable.
Have endurance. Yeah, you got to be durable.
You got to be durable. Yeah. Because the guy that beat Ananyan was durable. I mean, although in the rematch, Matias, he righted that wrong. But, Ananyan, I remember in the first fight was really taking some heat from Matias. And it was like, you have to have that type of intangible to actually...
he hurt Matias. He dropped him bad.
He dropped him.
Not dropped him, but he got him all back against the rope really bad. So, it was a knockdown.
You have to have a certain physical intangible along with some skills in order to beat Matias.
You gotta have competent. You gotta have good defense in your box.
Yeah, because with Matias, obviously the ones that don't think about quitting, obviously the Desha fight is always going to be there because we all watched that shit live. We all saw it was a horrific ending.
It was a grueling fight. I mean, you could tell, as you can see it was. We witnessed the murder.
We witnessed the whole murder. Like that shit was awful.
Showing him puking in the corner and shit.
Yeah, so it's like Matias, and everyone knows, and that's his reputation because everyone knows that he really is that guy. But in this particular case, Matias, in order for him to move forward, like I think Teofimo or Regis Progress called for the fight with unification with him. If he beats Haney, Matias can become something a lot bigger than he is now, but he has to be given an opportunity because
I don't think he's gonna get. I just don't think he's gonna give the opportunity. I know he has a belt. I know he has a strap, but it's the highest risk and the reward. I don't know.
He's high risk. He's high risk and low reward.
It's low reward.
Because no one wants to deal with that type of pressure or his type of power.
He's made 5 people quit. Lomachenko, I think he had 3 or 4 in a row, but he wasn't, he didn't have a body on his record and not,
Yeah. Well, he made Ponce and Ergashev quit, but I know Ananyan just got brutally knocked out. I don't think he quit. 5
didn't quit in the stool? I thought that 5 straight quit in the stool. Am I tripping?
Because I know the Malik Hawkins one was the fight that he was the underdog in. And he brutalized Malik Hawkins.
Yeah, Malik Hawkins looking like Devin Booker.
And then Jukambayev was the one he brutalized that dude. I think the corner stopped the fight because Jukambayev didn't want to quit though, but the corner was like, "Nah, bro, you're getting annihilated at this point." And then he avenged the Ananyan loss and brutally knocked him up. But Ponce and Ergashev, Ponce especially, they made the business decision to stay his ass on the stool. It's like, so yeah. I wish I wish it was the fight of the year caliber, but like I said, I understand because, like I said, fighters were like, yeah, I want to live to fight another day, than be diminished. So.
Yeah, because dude ain't have no other, he didn't have no plan B. His game plan didn't evolve.
Right.
Everybody knows, a Matias fight is more than 2 rounds. Right,
yeah, because,
he would probably lose every fight if there was 2 rounds, but they're not.
Yeah, if there's one fighter that a caveman style does not work against, it's Matias. You can approach him like a caveman.
Yeah, that up and down shit does not work with Matias. You gotta at least be able to move side to side,
Yeah.
Unless you're a guy who's like fucking I'll give you one a Juan Arango type of dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see you just being there in front of Matias all night.
Right. Yeah, nor do you want to be. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, like if you're not some type of heavy-handed, strong, stocky guy where you could really, be in the clinches and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no Juan Arango type of dude right now in the division.
Hell nah.
So y'all niggas gonna have to actually outbox this guy a little bit.
Right.
Well, real quick, let's play the game. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, I'm just going to throw a couple names. I got one real quick off top. Do you think Gary Antoine Russell, could he beat him right now?
Yes.
He could. Yes.
Good.
He has the tools. That's a 50-50 fight though.
Yeah, you wouldn't be shocked. I mean, Gary Antoine Russell's a great talent.
Like, I wouldn't be shocked that if either one loses. But if we was to say, like, if that fight got announced tomorrow, I'm picking Angry Fist.
Yeah, same here.
Just a little more explosive, and I feel like he has the boxing capabilities to implement the ring generalship and defense that is needed to beat a guy like Matias.
And he's decently sized 140, So.
Yeah, he has the strength too. Like, unless your defense is elite, I just don't see you be able to hang with a Matias if you don't have the firepower. And it's like, guys don't have elite defense like that no more.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you're not gonna see like a Corey Spinks type of nigga pop up now, like,
right,
where they got the head movement reflexes and they can moonwalk out of punches and Nelly dance out of the corner and shit.
I mean, the closest fighter to that might be Kenneth Sims, but even Kenneth Sims got lumped up. Kenneth Sims,
Kenneth Sims is quality, but defense, I've seen too many niggas put hands on him to say his defense.
I mean, his eye was lumped up. I saw a picture recently after the Akhmadov fight. His eye was shut.
Yeah, It is not like he shut out Elvis Rodriguez either.
Right.
So it's like, nah, like.
How about? I don't want to, because people are bringing it up. So he puts numbers up. Well, how about Tank versus Matias? How would that go?
I feel like that could be 50-50.
I mean, I'll go to Matias simply because Tank has the boxing skills and the power, but that's that Matias is a big 140 pounder. So
it'll look like the Isaac Cruz and the Barrios fight in some type of hybrid. It'll have the Barrios pressure, but Tank won't fight him like he did Barrios. Tank will kind of use the tactics he used in the Cruz fight, but he's gonna have to punch with Matias or out punch him in spots. That's a damn good fight actually, because Matias is open for Tank's best punch, which is the uppercut. So that's a good fight though. That's 50-50.
I always say Tank will probably get put through the ringer fucking around with Matias. Like that's.
But Tank, again, I don't think most of these guys are not going to fight Matias. He's going to be avoided. I saw people saying, "Oh, he should move up to fight Ennis, and he might beat Ennis," type of shit. So
Ennis already looked like he need to move up and fight Charles Conwell.
But I'm saying, so Matias, at this point, would he try to move up to welterweight? I mean, if nobody fights in a 140,
nah, 140 is too lit to be moving up to welterweight right now.
Right? Yeah, he fights. I'm just saying,
and he got a title, right?
You have a title. You got a title.
Dude, why the fuck? Look, bro. Look, 147 is so deadlocked. Like with Crawford and Spence, and then you got all these other niggas fighting ain't been announced yet. And
Booth got a title, so.
Yeah, so it's like you said, okay, had the most avoided guy at 140 fight the most guy at 147. Yeah, we just had the most avoided 154 guy and 160 guy fight the most avoided 168 guy.
Yeah, honestly, I have no interest in seeing Matias at welterweight. It's like this fight for him.
Not yet, man. Maybe 2025. Like it's too much work at 20. It's too much work right now at 140 to go up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like this ain't a situation like this ain't like I don't want it to be like a fucking Superman situation where Superman couldn't get the fights Superman was bodying niggas at 168, but he couldn't get the fight, so he moved up to 175 to actually get a title shot. I don't want him to be in that type of situation, like let's at least get some work done at 140 before we do this 147 move. So
yeah, there's still some more names he could get, like definitely. And I don't think he's had like that breakthrough, like that mainstream name opponent yet, where like if he was to move up, he's already on the radar.
On the radar, yeah. But I'm saying,
like I don't think he's on the radar now. If he was to move up, it would be like, okay, solid 140 guy,
right?
You know. So yeah, give him a little more time. Oh, okay, all right, hold on. Hey, what it do, Anthony? What it do? We are worried about Devon's power in the lower weight division and add 140 pounds. Why do his friends want to put him in a fight with Matias? I think because they know Haney's a gun, because Haney don't seem like he'll duck any smoke. Like, if there's one name guy that would fight Matias, it would probably be Haney.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of understand why. This is a guy, man, who went to fucking Australia twice. Fought Lomachenko. Now he's fighting Regis, who's a guy who's...
I agree, but real quick, he did say he don't know. He pulled the who's Matias don't fight nobody. So he already. I'm not saying he's ducking him, but he's not going to fight him. I mean, I give Haney a lot of props for doing what he's doing at a young age. Yeah. But he had the comment. I've never.
And he's kind of right. Like Matias is fighting quality dudes, but it's just like I said. And that's why he needs to stick at 140 and see if he could get one of these bigger names. He beat one of them, and then it's like, okay, you can't really duck this nigga no more. You can't really say he's a nobody or he ain't beat nobody. Because shit, at one point, Devin Haney ain't beat nobody.
Yeah. True.
So it's like, it got to be in context. I can understand where Devin Haney's coming from, though. But
yeah, and you already know Ryan Garcia is not going to fight no damn Matias. Not even in a million years.
Yeah, I'm surprised they was trying to make the Teofimo Lopez fight.
Yeah, because it's like Oscar probably wants to really get this dude beat down.
And then Ryan Garcia been calling out. He been talking shit about Shakur Stevenson. Like,
yeah,
they need to go ahead and make that fight if they.
Someone needs to get the belt off Roy, but we'll talk more about him in a little bit. Like,
I'm done talking about the Haney, all those matchups. I think they'll all fight eventually at 147 at Welter, in a couple 3 years, but it ain't happening at 140. So I don't know.
I think it'll happen at one of those fights will happen at 140. It's like, as long as they
because
move.
Not everybody's trying to go to 147 and be deadlocked. When niggas go to 147, they're going to want to have title fights and big fights.
I'm just saying, I see the play because I know right now in 147, I mean, Ennis is really just it in terms of, if you don't count Spence and Bud, it's really this Ennis. And then when he moves up, you're going to get all the 4 or 5 jesters. They want to get a welterweight title on their name. You know what I'm saying? 147 is a glory division. So I just think a Shakur Haney fight will probably happen maybe at 147, but I just don't see. We might get one of those matchups, but I just don't see it.
No, it should not take place. It'll take place at 140. It just depends on whose paths are going to cross at the right time. Yeah, like I said, the 147 there isn't shit going on at 147 right now, so it's just it'll be a horrible decision to make. 140 right now is a competitive, is a top 5-3 division. Like it's packed.
It's been top 3 for a long time. I feel like.
Well, really only after.
I mean, this year, like about a year or so.
Yeah, like I said, 140 rebuilt itself very quickly. So it's like from the WBSS days. So it's like,
oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, so I mean, I hope Matias, does get a fight with any one of those guys. I mean, even if Prograde calls them out and they get the fight, I hope they make it. But like I said, Ryan Garcia ain't gonna fight, dude. Like Ryan Garcia is just like, when pigs fucking fly, fighting Matias. But then it brings us to the co-main that I've been very vocal about, of my disgust about, really.
Oh, here we go. This is the one I've been waiting for, because I know there's going to be differing opinions here.
Of course.
Oh, God. Here we go. I'm gonna just sit back and chill on this one.
Okay, so we have the return of one WBC middleweight champion, Jamal Charlo, facing none other than Felix Chavez, aka Jose Benavidez.
Hey, peg leg.
Peg leg, yes. Peg leg. So the fuckery already fucking started with this fight when this nigga Maul blew weight by 3-something pounds. Like, you know, it's like you're supposed to be 163 and dude weighed in at 166.
And then came in on the second weigh-in heavier.
Yeah, heavier, yeah. So already the fuckery was firmly established that in this fight. You know, so you know, usually if they're like, I mean, I'm thinking to myself like, I mean, at first I thought should he just cancel that shit? But of course, no. I mean, Charlo eventually.
Come on now, you know they wasn't gonna cancel that shit, Pat. Come on now.
Yeah, but you know but of course now Charlo I think gave up a good amount of money now to Benavidez in order to make that shit go through. So it's like, yeah, I mean, there's a consequence. But I was just like, God damn, it's like, and outside of the whole thing, I think about Jose Benavidez and stuff like that. So it was just actions like that because Maul is usually pretty professional for the most part for making his fucking weight. So the fact that he blew weight, like dude decided that he wanted to eat that damn turkey before this fight. So you know, with the stuffing or whatever the fuck, you know, it's like I've never seen that he willfully just blew weight, which he's never done before. So it's like, yeah, and already I was like, damn, man, this nigga's mind ain't really on business. like it should be, you know. Then we get to the fight, and of course I was vocal about, like, you know, after some conversations that the only accepted result was Charlo knocking dude out. In that case, I'd be like, okay, he's still on business. That's what he did. So, you know, he did that.
Did not happen.
That did not happen. No.
That shit was kind of weird to me. I'm not gonna lie, because like, fucking Charlo hurt Peg Leg with the big first punch he threw. So I'm like, oh yeah, he's not gonna last much longer. And then proceeded to do fuck all of nothing for most of the fight afterward. It was like he was trying to get out of second gear, and it's like, I don't know if he forgot how to, or he was just out so longer he didn't know how to. I don't know. Shit was weird. It was a weird fucking fight.
Yeah. Mentally he wasn't. I don't think mentally he wasn't 100% into the fight. But the whatever the B, C level that he was fighting at was enough, but it wasn't enough to drop.
No, but dude, like, he was like, I felt like it looked to me like he was trying to kick it to another gear, but just like either he forgot how to, or it's just been so long that he just couldn't do it. I don't know.
Or his conditioning wasn't really that great.
Nah, get the fuck out of here with the conditioning. Look, bro, Charlo had a great performance, bro.
No, he did not, nigga.
He threw like 600 some punches, landed at 40%, landed like 240 some punches, kept his opponent never even reached 100 punches landed.
He got better.
The jab was popping this dude head back, pause, like all night. He was jabbing. I haven't seen a nigga get that jab to the body that as much as Benavidez did that night. And like, I don't know, since what, Floyd boxed? Like maybe Floyd Corrales had more jabs to the body.
I mean, Charlo always had an elite jab. I mean, it still looks elite.
It still looked elite, but it was the clip it was running at. It was body head. Like he was hooking off the jab. He put every punch together well. Dude, Benavidez was just a tough motherfucker. I kind of get where King P is coming from, where it looked like Charlo was trying to get out of a second gear, but he never got there. But the thing is,
he didn't need to. He didn't. I just want to put that up there. He didn't need to.
It just seemed like that first gear was like way more than enough. Like Benavidez is just a scrappy dude, so he's gonna land a few good shots. And remember, Maul might not have the best reaction to certain punches because he hasn't been hit in that setting in like 2 years. So certain shots that landed on him may have looked like they shook him up or he reacted badly, but he was never hurt or in danger. Like, I felt like he just beat his ass. It's like a B+ performance to me. A would have been obviously a knockdown stoppage or some shit, but I don't think he looked bad. It just, it just looked like he kind of, like, you know, you get to a level in training where you could close your eyes doing certain shit. Like, you could do the speed bag,
and that's why
close your eyes,
and
you could hit the heavy bag. That's what it looked like.
And that's why I called it a rugged sparring session. That wasn't that
rugged. See, this is the thing. When you imply rugged, it implies that it's competitive. This shit wasn't competitive.
It was just a rugged sparring session. Like, this nigga was just because
rugged implies it was rough. Like, what was rough about this?
I didn't see the hurt that you're seeing. Like, I saw Roach hurt. I said that was more hurt than I saw in this fight. Like, I didn't see hurt.
Oh my God, Benavidez, dude, Benavidez will have brain damage from this fight.
No, he did. No, he will not. Brain damage.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Would you look, dude? Would you want your family member to take that beating for $100K?
Nigga, that was. I mean, I've seen good beatings. This was not one of them. Like, I know.
Dude. It don't have to be a good beating. It was a fucking beating. A beating is a beating.
Yeah, it wasn't a break. It wasn't.
Was it a Kawasaki Jeff Lacey beating? No, it was a beating though. Yeah, it's more. Honestly, to give you the level of beating this was, it's Vernon Forrest versus Carlos Baltimore level of beating.
No, I mean, I thought Forrest really beat Baltimore's ass.
He did.
I mean, really,
and Baltimore wasn't competitive at all,
and really beat his ass. This was not one. I saw.
But Forrest never knocked him down. He never had Baltimore out on his feet.
Yeah, but
he was landing hellacious combos and shots and jabs and everything.
But the thing though is that Baltimore
fought more passionately
of a status than Benavidez. So I assume when people downplay Benavidez, they could stop him, they could drop him. This is why I keep on mentioning.
There's a lot of niggas who can't get stopped and get downplayed because they're tough motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean,
like this is like you be just creating.
I bring up Crawford
some type of fucking goalpost that you can move when there's niggas that you don't
fuck
with.
Bro, because remember, like I said, Crawford's wins against Benavidez was downplayed a lot.
Everybody's different, bro.
But then
Zab stopped Corey Spinks and Jermaine Taylor, didn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because Zab is Zab. You know, you're supposed to. And they're all operators. Benavidez is not operator, but Crawford was the only one that understood how to put him down. But Charlo, who
Benavidez Benavidez was in that fight with Crawford a lot more than he was with damn Charlo too.
But Charlo blew weight and couldn't do that. It
don't matter. He already had a weight advantage. It was already a trap fight.
This nigga blew weight and couldn't drop.
Y'all was expecting a nigga who ain't fighting like 2 years with mental problems.
Yes, just the way you talk about Benavidez, you talk about him like he should be like niggas should run.
Dude wasn't gonna stress himself over Benavidez, bro. That was the whole point.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I'm looking at.
He beat the shit out of that nigga. There's niggas like you, and there's a few other niggas on Twitter who I don't know why everybody was just rooting for Benavidez shit, where niggas just wanted Benavidez to look better than he was. Look, message PSA: Jose Benavidez Jr. got his fucking ass kicked. There's no amount of rooting for the underdog y'all could have did in this fight to change that. Even Charlo said in the interview afterwards, he's like,
the big picture is he was supposed to
nigga,
stop.
I beat your ass.
And shout out to Lukey, because Lukey also has said the same thing. Like, he doesn't. You saw that. You don't look at that performance and like, God damn, this nigga's about to go on to do something else. No, you can't. Lukey, like, shout out to Lukey for actually posting the same shit that I was thinking. Like,
nigga, half the people who fought tonight that night didn't look good enough where. I'm looking forward to them doing anything else. The niggas who stole the show that night were Matias and David Benavidez. They're the only niggas who boxed to where I'm like, okay, can't wait to see what they do next. But everybody else kind of just.
But niggas with Charlo, niggas expect Charlo to do a lot more than what he did. Like, I don't think he's gonna be Carlos Adames. Like, he's like, just the whole part is like
this is the same Carlos Adames that needed a gift to get out of the damn J-Rock fight.
Yeah, exactly. And you wonder why I don't think this nigga ain't right. Like, you know, I know what I'm looking at. This nigga's mind is gone.
Charlo beats Midamis, bro. I'm sorry.
No. Thank you. Like, it's like, yo, we get it. Like, y'all niggas don't fuck with the Charlos like that. Like, damn.
Here's my thing. Like, I mean,
I fucks with Lukey, but I don't know what the fuck he was seeing in that goddamn Benavidez. There's a lot of people who boxing eyes I respect But I don't know what the fuck they was seeing in that Benavidez fight. I'm just sorry. Like,
let me ask you, King P.
Like, goddamn.
King P and LB, because I know what Pat would say. Who would y'all pick between Jamal versus Plant? Caleb.
That's kind of 50-50 due to damn Maul's headspace.
Yeah.
And the fact that
I would pick Plant right now.
Plant already has the one mental one up on him for the slap. I kind of say that's a Plant 55-45 favoring Plant.
Yeah, that
but I think Maul is capable of beating Plant, definitely.
I think Maul, one more tune-up. I mean, I know he wants a big fight, but I think if Maul would have another fight and then fight Plant, because I think Maul's
no, he's supposed to face Adames. Adames is next. He's supposed to face him because he has to.
He ain't fighting Adames.
I doubt that's happening. He can't make 160 anymore.
Yeah.
He's not fighting.
He's going to try to look for like a 168 fight.
He wants the Canelo payday. I mean, who doesn't want the Canelo payday?
Canelo at this, even Canelo, who I think is struggle filled too, will put his foot in his ass. Like, that's not even. That's not
if he fights. Not if he fights like this.
Are you kidding me? No,
dude, he fought the way you need to fight Canelo, pumping a jab, throwing fucking more than damn 400, 300 punches.
Canelo will put his foot in his ass, and it was
just like he did Mel, who did half as much. Maul has always been the better style against Canelo than Mel.
I just don't see it now.
Absolutely, I think he needs a couple more fights. Like I need one or two more fights.
Agreed. He definitely needs a couple more fights before I throw him in there with a better opponent. Like if he was to fight Plant next, Plant would probably be the favorite. Like Plant
I think they're still gonna have to keep the training wheels on Maul for a little bit longer.
Yeah, because this Benavidez Jr. He beat Benavidez Jr. on autopilot. That's what this was, and honestly, that's a good fucking autopilot performance.
No, I mean, I give him B-. He showed flashes, still has an elite jab. I think he was just taking some of the shots where Benavidez was doing little shoe shining flurry, little tip tap flurries. You know what I'm saying? I think Charlo just letting him do that a little bit because usually he has more cleaner defense in there.
No, I don't think he was letting him do that. You don't was never going to win that shit, bro. Like Benavidez was doing that. You don't let anyone just.
But he didn't rock him once. But again,
he didn't hurt him. This is the thing. It's like y'all niggas picking. Dude, Brook landed better shots on Golovkin in fucking 5 rounds than Benavidez did in 10 rounds with Maul.
Yeah, but the point being is
yeah.
Yeah, Triple G stopped Brook. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, and broke his shit.
Triple G wasn't going through mental problems in a 2-year layoff.
Fucking right. Yeah, that's fucking they wasn't. So yeah, that's not an excuse. Like you have.
I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm putting shit in context.
I mean, you have
because y'all niggas pick and choose when y'all want to say a decision's better than a knockout.
Nigga, I've been criticizing this nigga's middleweight title run since he got.
And we know you have. So that's the thing. You're not going to be objective in this situation.
Yeah, I criticized he fought Hogan at a 154 pounder. He should have lost. He should have lost to Korobov. And he got.
No, he shouldn't have.
He got praised for being Derrick who got put through the fucking ringer from Triple G.
The Hogan fight is not even bad because if Hogan had got the damn win over Munguia, he'd be a fucking former 154 pound champion fighting Charlo. That was boxing being boxing. Boxing fucked that up.
Yeah, well, Hogan got dragged up to fight, dude. He's not like he was fighting at 160. Like he's fighting that's the type of shit. And that's his.
I mean, dude, knockout. If you getting fucked in title shots at 154 and then you're offered a title shot at 160, you'll take the 160 shot.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean like I'm gonna praise this nigga for that shit. So it's like, Maul's been.
I'm not gonna expect you to praise a nigga that you can't stand. What the fuck? You're
not
that type of fan.
Maul, I've seen Maul fight live, bro. At 154, Maul was actually doing the thing. At 160, he's pretty much doing nothing.
I mean that's 160 though. 160 is doing nothing. It's
but he's really doing nothing.
He's a part of the problem, but it ain't all his fault though.
Yeah,
who else is lighting fires at 160?
Yeah. If dude was actually putting some of these dudes away or something like that, that'd be one thing. But it's like dude has been dude's been giving pass upon pass, and he's giving poor mid performances.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like
he ain't even been around for 2 years. Like, God,
I'm saying, him not defending title for 2 years. Like, WBC was pause. They were dick sucking.
Oh yeah, WBC is on its bullshit.
How do you not get stripped? Like, I mean,
no, because this nigga said because Maul said mental health issues, and and Solomon was like, okay, no mental health issues. He said the magic words to help him.
And also,
I mean, at least he's one of these motherfuckers where you could actually see it, though.
Let's keep it a buck. Like, Jamal is somewhat of a draw, whereas they're not gonna give Adamas the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, Jamal has much more value than Adamas.
Yeah, one guy was able to decisively beat fucking J-Rock too.
Yeah.
And one guy was actually able to decisively beat Montiel too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. I thought both of them beat Montiel decisively.
No.
Who had Montiel?
Well, hold on. Both of them
Montiel beating Charlo.
Both of them definitely won that fight. Maybe Maul had a yip, but he still won the fucking fight. Come on.
Like, you niggas gotta stop with this narrative.
No.
You could look. Honestly, yo. You could look
bodied by Adamas.
You could lose 3 rounds in a damn championship fight and still win clearly.
Montiel did what Maul should have done in that fight. That's why, and that's
Maul
why
beat the shit out of Montiel. Montiel had a good 3 rounds.
Some people got on Jamal for not stopping him because Munguia stopped Montiel, but also
exactly. But
also Jamal stopped somebody Munguia struggled with, right? Hogan or something. So I'm just saying, like, you know,
dude, Hogan fucking legit beat Munguia.
Yeah.
And Maul dish-ragged him. Like, get the fuck out of here again. It's like niggas just don't be consistent with it though. Like, that's all. We understand. Maul ain't likable. We get it.
There's no excuse for Maul's the level of Maul's competition for him not to be stopping niggas. Like,
dude, I'm not saying Maul should have stopped Benavidez.
Yeah, he should stop Benavidez.
Maul should have stopped Benavidez. But my whole thing is this: whenever I say a guy should have stopped somebody, they need to at least put in the effort to beat the shit out of somebody. And I felt like Maul did that, and Benavidez is just tough.
Well, I mean,
like,
we probably have different definitions of that. I
felt Canelo should have stopped Mel. Fucking Spence should have stopped Mikey Garcia. Whenever you're fighting guys who are much smaller than you, you need to stop them. I'm old school, but if you beat the shit out of them, I'm not gonna complain. I don't think Canelo beat the shit out of Jermell Charlo.
So, I'm not complaining about this fight. Honestly, this shit was very ho-hum. After the 5th round, I was like, all right, I'm kind of tired of this shit. And I was checked into the main event for Survivor Series. I was more interested in that. This fight was just like, all right.
It was every round looked the same, bro. All these niggas who think Benavidez was on some underdog shit, like he was.
No. It's funny you say that, LB. Because I think in the 7th or 8th round, I'm watching it. I'm like, this round looks no different than the fucking 4th round or the 5th round. It looked the fucking same. I'm like, you put this fucking fight on loop for me? What the hell?
Exactly. So I don't know what these niggas is talking about when they're like, oh, Benavidez is really giving it a good go. He's doing. I'm like, y'all niggas making shit up. Like, every round has been the same fucking blood clot save. Like,
yeah,
Benavidez landed maybe 3 punches in a little rough ass sloppy combo, and then he's getting drilled with damn 1-2s and uppercuts and hooks.
And it went 8 rounds too long. So yeah, this is not a fight. I'm not praising this fight.
I mean the corner knew what they was doing. They could have stopped that fight anytime they wanted. Benavidez was never competitive. He was never going to win. All he took was brain damage. Hope he got a good check out of it.
Well, he got good check it, but he got his eyes were also clear too. Nigga will be recovered in time to do Creed 4. Nigga,
y'all say that, dude. Like, this is Kasim Uma, Jermaine Taylor all over again, and this is a worse size disparity.
Well, we'll see about that though, because remember, at
least Kasim Uma was at least a good fighter and had decent performances before. Like, Benavidez is like C-. Like, imagine how bad he's going to look afterwards.
Of course, Benavidez's team wasn't going to stop that fight. Like, come on. Like, I could tell by the 5th round, I'm like, yeah, this shit is going the distance. This is not going to. So it looks better that Benavidez, goes the distance with Maul. You know, he gave it a go, gave it a fucking go. God damn.
And that's all they're hanging their heads on. Well, you and me know that he got the shit kicked out of him, and he's gonna be fucking having neurological problems later on in his career because of this. He's not gonna
have no problems. Dude.
I'm sorry. Look, this nigga was taking too many clean concussive punches. He wasn't rolling none of them or anything. He was getting his head snapped back. I'm sorry, dude. You're not supposed to be getting hit. 10 to 12 rounds of that repetitiveness is actually worse than getting knocked out. Thank you. Like, I don't know, dude, Pat. I don't know. You just on some other shit with this fight, because I would never want to have somebody I care about get that type of beating, bro.
But
like,
keep in mind,
remember, this is a nigga that's 20 pounds bigger than him.
What Benavidez does though, like after this fight, we'll see what
he ain't do shit before this fight. He ain't gonna set the world on fire after this.
We should see a slide, right? Like Uma, there was a immediate slide after the tail. Like
boy, hold on. Benavidez has been sliding for a while now, so I mean, he's just gonna continue to slide for.
Dude, if he slides anymore, it's gonna be slip and slide records. Nigga.
No, I'm talking about Uma. I want to see a Uma slide. Like if you talk about he took this such a big beating, I want to see a Uma slide, because Uma really took a dive after that tail.
You gotta have a slide to come from.
Yeah, well, you can have a slide when
but Benavidez ain't got no slide. Benavidez is like already sliding.
As of right now, Benavidez has only been KO'd by Crawford. You know, and
But we're talking about performances. Like,
yeah,
okay.
and I have
is that his best performance then?
We're gonna have to see.
What has Benavidez done besides get KO'd by Crawford?
It doesn't matter, nigga. We have to see it. Then we gotta see the slide now. It's not.
See the slide.
We have to see him lose.
Slide into retirement.
I mean, that's not that slide. It's not saying much. That slide is inevitable.
If you're saying it's inevitable, dude,
it's like like I don't get this nigga said.
Like this shit is a concussive beating. It was not that.
Yes, bring up that Twitter poll.
No, hold up, Pat. The slide was happening even before this fight. It's just gonna keep continuing. Like, come on, man.
The slide is gonna nosedive.
What
the slide is gonna?
Wait, hold up. Have you not seen his last couple fights? He's looked like complete shit. He should have lost the fight. Two fights ago, he should have lost.
You talk about the Danny Garcia fight?
Even before that.
Even before,
he looked like shit.
There's no slide like this. That's not a slide. It's more.
I ain't gonna lie. This nigga Pat will stick to a narrative. Be damned.
Because I'm just saying, Benavidez has not looked good in a while. He's looked like shit his last 4 fights. Come on, man.
This was the safest fight Maul could take. That's why, and I don't know. It's like that's why we was looking at y'all so crazy for saying, well, damn, if Maul loses, like goddamn, it's like Maul. You would have to cut one of Maul's arms off to lose this fight.
Yeah, Maul wasn't losing this fight.
Like goddamn, like I don't think y'all realize how bad how crazy y'all was looking for even thinking about this shit.
Nah, I knew
this would be like Floyd losing the fucking Andre Berto.
I thought it would be, but I mean, I expected a knockout. But I mean, in back of my mind, I was like, it'd probably go a decision. But I was, you know.
Yeah, I wanted a knockout.
Everyone was expecting a knockout. You should have.
It was more we wanted it.
Everyone was expecting a knockout.
It did anything.
I mean,
if Maul dominated, we happy.
We know Crawford. Now hear me out. We know Crawford knocked him out, but it was a 12th round. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, it was a 12th round knockout.
Crawford put down a one-legged man and stopped.
And Crawford was struggling with the jab. Like Benavidez was actually being competitive in that fight.
Crawford put down a one-legged man at his actual weight that he was contracted to make and stopped him. Danny Garcia.
And the whole point, and the thing is, why is Crawford even fighting Jose Benavidez to begin with? What did Jose Benavidez do to get that fight?
Because he was undefeated, but you know he had actually won fights.
He got a gift. He got a gift.
Several gifts up to that point.
Because he had a 0 top ring. We're trying to build him up. You know how Bob Arum does. big fish on a lone aisle on most of the weight classes. So like Crawford didn't have no. Look at the welterweights they top rank.
Because Abram couldn't make fights with other promoters. That's why. Yeah.
But PBC always gets the blame, right? So like,
yeah. Like man, y'all manufacture these damn Crawford wins up so much. God damn. He a great fighter, but chill sometimes.
We're not hating on Crawford. Come on now.
I'm not hating on Crawford, but god damn, like it's like
and then you wonder
y'all do inverted shit.
And you wonder why I go about this.
No, because dude, Crawford, look, Benavidez is not even the 10th best. He's not even one of the 10 best wins of Crawford.
Well, no,
y'all make it a big deal.
No, time
for
out.
him for this KO.
Jose Benavidez did a better performance than Spence against Crawford. A lot of fighters did, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah, of course he did. Yeah,
but that'll make him a great fighter. God damn, that'll even make him a great fighter. It's like we keep hearing that shit keeps getting repeated. Like, because Styles make fights.
Because that's the standard. Because
Benavidez was shot.
Because Crawford,
he didn't go. He wasn't in a damn car accident.
Because Crawford is the only guy to stop him. That's why it keeps getting brought up. He's the only one to stop him.
Yeah, because the guy likes getting his ass kicked by everyone else.
Because Crawford is an elite fighter. Elite fighters are supposed to do things like that. Danny Garcia and Jamal Charlo are not anymore.
Whoever called Jamal Charlo elite, though?
He was elite. What are you talking about, nigga? What the fuck are you talking about?
I never heard you call him elite. I've heard you shit on him for the last 3-4 years.
Did you not hear me mention at 154 this nigga was elite, and then 160 that he was just like...
Oh, he was elite at 154? Oh. I didn't know the way you talk about him. I never think he was elite.
Nigga, don't play dumb. I'm
serious, bro. I'm serious.
Nigga, don't play dumb.
Nah, nigga, you play dumb on a lot of shit, nigga. Nah.
At 160,
all the goalpost moving you done for this fucking fight, and now me being surprised that you looked at Jamal Charlo as elite is the jump out of the window moment for you. Wow.
Yeah, either that or you just don't have a lot of sugar daddy in your ears. But no, I've consistently said that.
Nah, that's gay as fuck. I don't know what the fuck you on with that shit. Pause, nigga. You just jumped out the window, like, bro. Like, keep it playing, my nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Nigga, you nigga, you need to get some Q-tips in your ears, nigga. Yeah, I've said it hundreds of times.
When was, dude, King P's been here. When's the last time this nigga, Pat, said anything positive about Jamal Charlo or saying he's a leader or anything?
Everything I talked about him is 160. Did you hear me say 154? This nigga was terrible at 154. No, because that would be a lie.
Nah, because he's not terrible at 154. Yeah, he hasn't been terrible at 160 either.
At 160, niggas try to like, say like this nigga was something else when he's not. He's good. No, he's been mid at 160, and this is just continue. Well, this is
160. 168. So he's been top of mid.
Yeah, he's
all I know is this. Jamal Charlo may be mid to some people at 160, but Benavidez has been mid everywhere.
Pegleg has been overhyped since coming up because he was supposed to be the guy that from Top Rank, but then because of the shooting, his career ended up what it is. Oh my God, I'm not gonna keep giving him hype just for that fucking shit. He ain't done nothing. No,
the nigga was in 3-3. He did something. This nigga was
my God, bro. Dude doesn't have a career better than fucking Bajado at this point.
Well, Bajado's a different case. That nigga ate himself out of a career.
All right, I'm tired of talking about this shit. Can we talk about the Benavidez that matters? Let's talk about the Benavidez that actually matters.
This will be probably the most we'll ever talk about Jose Benavidez going forward and ever.
Yeah. Unless he's in a new.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Benavidez that matters. No more fucking peg leg talk.
Yeah. Now David Benavidez, yes, against Demetrius Andrade, and I was surprised about two things. Number one, that Andrade really just for like 2-3 rounds was really led some combinations on dude, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, wait a minute, is this really happening? Because I never seen Andrade's hands look that fucking fast. Like, dude was like, wait a minute, why is he landing these? He's landing like 4 or 5 punch combinations on David Benavidez like this. But I knew it was just gonna be inevitable that maybe Benavidez was just waiting, just biding his time. But I was
for the first 3 rounds, it went like how we thought it would, and then at the back end of that 3rd round, I started to see the tide already changing. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, and because Andre, I don't know, he got tired and he was starting to get hit by Benavidez like a lot. Like and yeah, I think it went down. Honestly, it went downhill so quickly because I always thought Andre was a little bit more durable than that. I think that was the shit that surprised me. But I think it was the fourth round where Benavidez landed the right hand to the temple, and you see this nigga's eyes like you can. It was like fucking pinball slot machines. Like that nigga did not know where the fuck he was. I think,
and not only that, Benavidez was crushing his body too. Pause.
Yeah. I was like, where? Because I was like, where's the movement? Like, because Andre used to. Because when Andre got hit, like this nigga was something to do a little skip to my Lou, but dude was getting crushed.
This was his third weight class. You know what I'm saying? This was his third weight class. I know he's always been big for a middle 154. You know, he didn't really, but he spent a decade at 154. You know what I mean? He spent, whereas other guys that have moved up, like Jamel and Canelo, they've, been at 160.
Yeah, and I mean, we all know the only reason why he moved up because there's a couple of things. Number one, he was the Matchroom contract ended, and he had a belt, and Top Rank wanted the belt, but I don't think he wanted to sign to them, or he didn't want to take the the Zach Parker fight or whatever, and he gave up the belt, but he gave up his bargaining chip because he didn't want to go back to 160. So, and he didn't want to take the 168 fight against Zach Parker, which John Ryder did, and John Ryder got the shot against Canelo. So but at least he got signed by PBC, but then it just ended with him just being put into a punching bag. Like Andre never regained his bearings after that fourth round. Like Benavidez was like, he tried though. Like I'll give him that credit. Like dude didn't just stand there and just get whooped on. He tried, but Benavidez was just too much. Too big, too strong. He hit too fucking hard, and dude was getting knocked around the ring to the point where the referee was like, "Okay, you guys show me something. If you don't show me something, I'm gonna stop this fight." And then the same thing happened again. Like the same.
Paul, his uncle Paul Father Paul made a business decision. So
Andre, he wanted out. Andre told his uncle to call the fight. Like,
I know. I was saying him and his uncle made a business decision.
He was looking great for the first 3 rounds, but
the first 3 rounds, yeah.
But this is the thing, like Andre, I felt like his defense kind of failed him that night because he only had one mistake, and it was that one punch that he caught, which was that. It was that awkwardly telegraphed right hand that Benavidez clipped him with. Mm-hmm. And when that dropped him, Andre, like, that was it. Like, that one punch really
changed the fight. It was over.
And the thing is, Andre, it was one of those, sometimes you could get caught up and looking too fancy or pretty with the defense when sometimes you only have to do simple shit. All Andre needed to do when Benavidez threw that shot was to just duck. If he would have just lowered his body, bent his knees, just duck, he wouldn't have got hit with that shit. But he tried to lean, and he seen it too, and he didn't really move his head. It was off the line. It was a weird shot. But if he would have just, as soon as he was thrown, if he would have just ducked, that was the time to tie Benavidez up then. Duck and move forward.
And I'm
a guy like Andre Ward doesn't get hit with that shot, and I'm not a Ward fan at all.
Yeah, the Ward, yeah. But I'm saying, I feel like this was always how, in some way, it was going to end for Andrade. He's obviously a talented fighter, Olympic pedigree, but he's always
go more rounds though.
But I'm saying, he's been a little, He's been dropped before, Tall Alontes Fox. Was it Alontes Fox that dropped him, or
Alontes Fox, and he's been dropped.
In his last fight, he arguably got dropped. But then when he fought the random African on one of his first zone cards for the vacant title, he got dropped. And
I was there for that one. Yeah, he definitely.
That was like they kind of both got knocked down at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he just he didn't have we know his chin was a little questionable, and fighting a big monster Benavidez, even though David he may not be a slick looking fighter, I think he's improved so much compared to the gravel fight. Like, he's a smart, his IQ's there. He's a smart fighter. He looked great. He looked like the A+ performance from Benavidez. That's a superstar. On a cusp of making a superstar performance for David, I think.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was because basically Benavidez got the stoppage he should have gotten. Well, the ref fucked it up in the Plant fight. So it's like pretty much like okay, couldn't stop Plant although he was ready to, but he stopped Andrade, who was undefeated and had a lot of accolades, at least some accolades behind him. So that was performance he needed because the crowd went crazy for that stoppage too. So it's like everyone knew Andrade. I know yes he's never been a champion or anything like that, but he's one of the last of the 2008 Olympians to actually lose the zero. He might actually be the last of the 2008 Olympians to lose the zero. So it's like he dude had a zero for a minute. So he does deserve that respect, and it wasn't like he just laid down and died. Like dude, Andre fought his heart out. It just wasn't enough, and even he mentioned it as such. Like he was going up in weight and everything like that, and and that's. So
because so many about that, because so many people came up with Plant did this nigga did that, he did better. This dude, look, Plant in 12 rounds, Plant didn't land no punch is better than the shit Andre was landing in the first 3 rounds. He didn't have no round where he looked as good as Andre did with the rounds he won, and that's being naturally smaller. So it's like. And Andre, he took the fade. He didn't Katie Taylor clinch and hold his way to and try to survive and say, yeah, I went 12.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Because a lot of people, was trying to shit on Andre, and you don't have to, you ain't got to shit on Andre to big up Plant. Plant did his thing, but I just feel like you can't compare the two, like. I know Brad was trying to do that shit, but it's like, nah, like your boy got caught and he stopped trying to fight. He just survived too, son.
He held and leaned like damn near Katie Taylor.
Yeah, like he could have been a good point deducted.
Yeah, that ref was fucking up. The ref was
so yeah, like the way Brad always try to act like Plant had some fight of the year, lights out gut check performance. Like this was Roy Jones versus Tarver 1. Like no, the fuck it wasn't.
It wasn't. But I think
it was cool and all, but chill. Like,
I feel like this year, like for fighter of the year, in a way, maybe if Haney wins, but I feel like Benavidez is in that mix. I mean, he has 2.
He is.
Yeah.
He is, but in this case, I don't think Benavidez's highs are as high as the other guys.
Yeah. I'm saying
like he has the work rate though. Like everybody else is just going to be 1 win.
Yeah. Well, in a way, it might get 2. Might go undisputed, right?
Tapaz is just the other unified champion, but if he unifies, he unifies.
Everybody's getting fight of the year beat as the favorite. Doing what they're supposed to do.
That's true.
Yeah. I remember fight of the year. It was a nigga who was on a tear, who took all the fights that niggas ain't think he should take, beat all the niggas ain't think he could beat. Pause. We don't have that no more.
Now it's just 2 wins. I think Inoue, because Inoue's never gotten
it be 1 win now. Niggas could get 1 win and they be fighter of the year.
Really, I didn't mention Crawford. Crawford has the performance of the year, but I feel like
honestly, I feel like that needs to be a category now. Because too many times niggas is making performance of the year be fighter of the year, when I feel like you can have the best performance of the year, but that doesn't mean you're the fighter of the year, because these niggas already just fight once a year, man. And to win one of the prestigious awards of the year, like it feel like when Glenn Johnson was fighter of the year, like when you beat fucking Clinton Woods, Roy Jones, and Tarver in 1 year, nigga, you're fucking fighter of the year, bro.
There's no
like these niggas ain't having these type of years no more to get fighter of the year. When a motherfucker is beating Jarov and they going up to beat Holyfield, that was fighter of the fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
Or these niggas ain't doing that no more.
Or even what Superman did in 2013. That's that was
yes.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like y'all niggas ain't being no fighter. Like, the fighter of the year, like yo, honestly, like that might need to be a Twitter poll, but we do need the performance of the year needs to be a category because I feel like what Crawford did does need to be recognized. Like his that was performance of the year. Either that or the fucking Inoue Fulton.
Either or. But I mean,
either or. But like, I feel like Inoue did a little more. He'll do a little if he fights again. He'll do a little more to be fighter of the year.
He's fighting undisputed in 2022. I mean, he's fighting in December. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah, all this one fight out the year. Nah, nigga, performance of the year. You ain't fight of the year. Like, come on, man. Because there's niggas out there fighting 2 and 3 times, getting quality wins.
Right.
Fucking if Lee Wood ain't lose this fucking first fight, he would have been up there fighter of the year. And that's 3 fucking fights this year. Like, come on.
So what y'all think next for Andre? I mean, like, is he pretty much done, or does he fight like a Jamal or like a Plant, or
get durable, lift weights? I don't know.
He's gonna need to rebound because that was a bad loss at 35. So
dude, 35. It's gonna be tough for him to rebound. I mean, you could just feed him to Morrell or try to see some shit like that. I don't know.
I would try to make a a catchweight fight with Johnny Bet.
That's a good fight. But people say he ducked him before. I don't know about that.
That's the time to make it.
Yeah.
If you feel like I'm vulnerable, I lost this, that, you want to be the A side now, this, that, make the fight, beat his ass, and say, look, I ain't, like, y'all really thought I was going after the bag. This dude was running his mouth. Y'all made him be this super boogeyman guy that he's not.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at it in that sense. So
yeah, I think Andre can still do something, but I think now it's just more like be very meticulous about who he's going to fight next, so he can actually get another big opportunity. But he's 35 now, so time is not really on his side, especially at 168. Of course, if he plays his card right, maybe those belts become free if Canelo's like, okay, I don't want to defend these anymore or whatever. Like, it's always a possibility. But yeah. If Andre got into the ring with Morrell again, that would probably be ugly. That probably shouldn't really happen after that.
That'd be a masterpiece sneaker for sure.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah. I don't think that would end up well for Andre on that one, but
yeah.
But
how do you think he would do against Plant?
I still think he would beat Plant. I wouldn't say knock him out, but I still think he would probably decision Plant. I just think because I think Andre does have more tools in his.
I thought he's a higher pedigree. I always felt
he's a better fighter than Plant.
I still feel that way. I always said he's a higher pedigree fighter than Plant.
Because look, if we did the whole Inoue Fulton shit, what does Plant do that's better than Andre? Does he have a better left? Does he have a better jab? Does he throw better combinations? Does he have a better backhand? Does he have better footwork? Does he have better it's like I don't think there's anything. Maybe he has a better chin.
Possibly, yeah. That's probably the best thing you can probably say.
Yeah, he might be more durable, but then again, he doesn't fight durable or be like a guy who fights with his size. Like, as big as Caleb Plant is, he fights like a guy who's 5'8".
And he tries to be, and he tries to fight too damn slick.
Yeah, like, and it's like, dude, you're like 6'1", 168 pounds. Throw some fucking heat, nigga. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's more telling when you're doing that against a guy like Canelo. Like, you see, a guy like Danny Jacobs, for all his faults, he fights like a big guy.
He does.
So, for the most part. I know against the Golovkin fight, it was in spots, but at least he tries to throw like punches and shit. Like, he doesn't just try to be ultra slick like Caleb Plant does.
Yeah.
Danny Jacobs was talented, man. Yeah. To come back from Castro winning the title, credit to him. Salute to the mirror.
Yeah, but I mean, I know Andre though said it loud and clear. Canelo, that should be the next fight with Canelo. Like, Canelo Canelo cannot deny that fight. Like, Canelo has to be like, yeah, needs to sign that shit.
He's been denied.
Yeah, it's almost looking like a duck. I don't want to see, like, why the fuck Munguia should fight?
And that's why I wanted to make that poll, because I wanted a heat check, see what people are feeling about Canelo.
And speaking of that poll, pause. I do have it up, so I can just bring it up right now, I guess. Paul, would you be all right with Canelo fighting a Jamal Charlo or Jaime Munguia in May, as long as he fights David Benavidez in September? We got 48 votes.
Wait, are there 48 votes now? Is there another vote? The last time I checked, there was 47.
There's 48 votes right now. We've still got 6 days and a half to vote. So vote on our Twitter. And the percentage was 48% says yes, that's acceptable. 52% says no. David must be next.
Yeah, should definitely be fucking next.
Canelo's been avoiding him. I mean,
you don't need to hype up the fight anymore. You don't need to do a double header where both of them are on the same card. The fight is like hot cooking, sizzling now.
On Cinco de Mayo, make that shit. But I know Canelo is a 3-fight deal. But if it's a 3-fight deal,
next again, Independence Day would be better. But honestly, I don't care. I don't really care.
Cinco, hear me out. It's a 3-fight deal. Why don't you just fight Benavidez' second fight, get the rematch?
I mean, I've always felt that David was always going to be last in the third fight. That's why I like, as long as David gets his shot, I don't care what it is. As long as he fights him next year, I'm okay with it. That's just me, though. I can understand why.
I agree. But I
can understand why some people want it next, and I'm okay. Like I said, I would like it next too. But as long as David gets his shot, whether it's May or September, I'm fine. Just give him his shot next year. It has to be next year.
But if he doesn't, Canelo's never going to fight him.
Yeah, if
every time a fight goes by where he doesn't fight Benavidez, it feels like Canelo's never going to fight him. That's why niggas is tired of this whole, okay, yeah, fighter this. He could wait. Dude, niggas been waiting.
No, I get it.
Canelo fought in the meantime that we really wanted to see. Nigga doing this reunion tour, fighting all the niggas we've been wanted him to fight that he ain't fight yet already. Nigga say, you know what? Y'all still want that Golovkin trilogy, right? Knowing damn well everybody's already over it. He's like, yeah, let me make that. Then he's like, hold on, hey, remember that Charlo guy? Yeah. The one that's undisputed, yeah, him. Yeah, y'all still want that, right? Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, everybody's like, Benavidez, and he's giving us all these other things.
And the funny thing is that all those performances from the fights that we wanted, that we got late, were horrible anyway. So not only are you a day late, but you're $1 short too. God damn.
Facts. And that's another thing that people aren't even talking about. Is one thing if he was taking these other GTA side mission ass fights and knocking these niggas out and blowing them out how he should, because he's the favorite. Remember, this is 50-year-old Golovkin that all his fucking dick-sucking stands were saying, oh, Canelo, we don't need to see a third fight. You don't need to see it. He's going to beat the shit out of Golovkin. He's going to knock him out. He's going to dish rag him. What happens? 115, 113. He let the old man come back and actually make it a fucking fight. Like, Jesus, come on. Jamel Charlo ducked him for damn 3 years, for damn 3 divisions. Fucking has that fight. Got a guy who's 154 pounder. He's 168. What he does has the most low output of all time type of fight. Like, they're gonna be talking about this with Shakur Stevenson 20 years from now. Like, yeah, both these niggas had the slowest fight ever in the same year. Like, it broke the space-time continuum. Like, really, like, these performances aren't blowing you away, and these are the winnable fights that he's taking that that no one's asking for. So it's just, fuck that. Fight this nigga next, yo. Like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, that'd be cool if he fights him in September. But at the meantime, what the fuck is David Benavidez supposed to do? If he fights a guy like Morrell, he could possibly lose that. Like, he gonna clear out this whole division before he gets his shot. And at least with Mel and Zoo, at least Mel was cleaning out the division himself while he was getting belts, and he didn't just let Tim Zoo clean out the division for him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I feel like the Morrell Benavidez, let's just make that a 175 in a couple. You know, like for now, let's just get the Canelo fight going. You know what I'm saying?
Then tell Canelo to fight him next, nigga. Because what the fuck we gonna want Benavidez to do?
Okay, well here's my thing. I think since there's a 3-fight deal, you could have Canelo fight him in the second fight and also in the third fight. I mean, it's rematch.
He's gonna get his ass with that first fight and need that rematch.
I think Canelo's gonna fight Maul next, and then Benavidez in September. That's just my prediction. Like I said, as long as Benavidez needs his shot next year, or else you'll never hear the end of it from me if he doesn't get the fight next year.
Yeah, and my whole thing is just get it out the way, because with boxing, theater of the unexpected, you never know what's gonna happen. Like, for all intents and purposes, I know niggas is not rocking with Maul, but Maul could very well beat Canelo, or make him look bad, or have a draw, or make it to where it's a fight where niggas might say, God damn, I want to see Maul and Canelo fight again.
Honestly, I'll be honest, my opinion.
And that's possible. I'm not saying it's the biggest thing that could happen. I'm just saying that possibility exists.
I'll be honest, I think that Canelo wants to, as we say in the wrestling world, steal a pay-per-view before he fights Benavidez. The Munguia and Charlo fight would be considered stealing a pay-per-view. Motherfuckers would want to see, like, regardless win, lose, or draw, even if he beats Benavidez, that's a fight that's like a hard, grueling fight that he might never be the same afterward. So it's like, then if he loses, Canelo could realistically be done after that. Like, the doubt, like, so anything after Benavidez might not be as appealing. So if you try to sneak in Munguia now, before then, you could steal a pay-per-view out of that and get some money before you fight Benavidez.
Canelo's whole career has been about stealing the pay-per-view. He always times the fights that we want to see on his timing. And I feel like if you're a true all-time great, you have to fight other great fighters at the perfect time when everyone else wants you to fight them. What Canelo's doing to Benavidez is what Hopkins was doing with Chad Dawson. Stalling this shit out.
Worse to me.
Yeah, it's worse. But the thing is, it's almost the same, because Benavidez didn't do himself no favors, losing the belt twice.
Right. Yeah.
And Dawson did himself no favors with the Pascal loss, but goddamn, still like he would still do the fight. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know, like niggas be making it mad obvious when there's certain styles that bother them, or certain smoke that they don't want to inhale.
Facts. Anthony Manzano. I've been saying this. Canelo's just got used to fight Andre, who just lost to David Benavidez, and then Benavidez beating Andre. He's not gonna choose to fight Andre.
It also doesn't help. It also doesn't help that he has an insufferable stand base that are on that. Well, Canelo could fight whoever he wants. Shit, like.
The most annoying fan base of all time has to be Canelo stands. And the worst ones be black Canelo stands. Oh my God, I did not get. It's like, to me, it's like, you just tell me you're a coon without being a coon.
But the next, some of the Canelo stand base, like, they be racist.
That's what be crazy about, like, some of the black ones. It's like, y'all riding so hard for this nigga when, like, a lot of his fan base is racist as fuck.
Racist. Boxing Twitter's so racist, dog.
when like it's crazy because, and I've been on this where you could bring up, and I'm actually not nearly as hard on Canelo as a lot of other people are, especially on this cast. And I'm not saying that you're unreasonable, but I've always been fair, very, very fair, more than fair to Canelo. And even I will get the response from his fan base, but Floyd. I'm like, motherfucker, we're not talking about Floyd. This has nothing to do with Floyd. Why do you always got to compare him to Floyd? Because you like,
see, they get mad when we bring up Floyd or anybody else bring up Floyd, but then when we don't, they bring up Floyd. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, you can't win with this nigga. You know what I mean? Like, oh god, but King P's absolutely right, because he don't go in as like he's been pretty objective with Canelo, and he ain't gonna go in like me and Pat do. But if y'all get this nigga a hard time, then I just know y'all some fucking stands.
Facts. Yeah, no.
But he do need to fight this nigga next.
And yeah, and fuck the racist Mexican Canelo fans that'll bring up random Africa shit.
They'll be like, well, but Floyd didn't fight Stevie Johnson in 2003, so it's okay for Canelo to do this. Like, what the hell did that have to do with anything?
Yo, Canelo got way more misses than Floyd does. Yo, I'm sorry. Like, the only Floyd miss there's only 2 Floyd misses. The Pacquiao could have been sooner, and Margarito. That's it. Like,
not Paul Williams.
Oh yeah, you can throw Paul Williams in there, but Paul Williams still lost.
Yeah,
like,
Paul. The timing was all wrong with Paul, and even Paul
timing was off. So I don't like you. I don't really fault him for that. You could throw him up there, but he's not going to be the top one. But
it was mainly Margarito.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the Pacquiao, like what I say, like, well, you could make a legit case. Everyone else is like, here or there, but Canelo, you got like legit cases where he could fight niggas that people want to see. It's a follower, they can make a fight. Time is right and everything, and he'll just go left for no reason. And he's about the only superstar in boxing who's done this like repeatedly. Like that's why sometimes I just be like, yo, y'all can't really don't complain about Tank unless you're gonna complain about Canelo. And fortunately, niggas like Pat complain about both, so I never really have to say that to him. But there's a lot of niggas who give Canelo passes and then get mad when Tank do the same shit, and it's like, Tank was doing the game earlier.
I feel like I'm the biggest. I mean, I don't say a Canelo fan, but I feel like I give Canelo the most love. But on here, but I call a spade all the time.
Fair is fair. You got whether I like you or dislike you, I'm going to be fair. I'm not going to. If I feel like I'm just criticizing you, it's for a reason. I don't feel like I'm unreasonable. So I'm not being unreasonable when I say that if Canelo doesn't fight David next year, it's a problem, and he deserves all the smoke he gets. It's now or never.
Right.
Because he's gonna turn it into like a Spence Crawford thing where the biggest, most important, significant fight in the division isn't happening for whatever reason, and it's like it'll be to the point where Morrell and Benavidez is the fight. Then and you might have Benavidez looking at, well, damn, let me go to damn 175.
Right.
If he goes up and fights Bivol and beats Bivol, what the fuck? What all this all-time great talk y'all doing with Canelo need to chill.
Right.
He don't move like an all-time great. Like, there's certain times you got to make the right fight happen when it's supposed to happen. Like that's why with Floyd, like, even though the Pacquiao fight rubs me the wrong way, pause with that whole fuckery, there was at least other fights that Floyd got the timing right on, and he dominated and won or whatever.
Yo, we got the Shane fight. We got the Marquez fight. Ortiz, like
Corrales, and I'm talking about the Hall of Famer fight, like Hatton, the Shane fight, the Corrales fight, the Castillo fights. Those were big, significant fights. Zab Judah. Those were big, significant fights that happened when they were supposed to happen. So he has 7 of those or whatever to one or two that never happened or happened too late. And you get a pass.
And here's the thing: even the guys on Floyd's resume that you might not think that much of, think very highly of, he still fought them at the right time. With the exception of Berto, all the other ones, he fought them at the right time. You can say whatever you want about Baltimore, but he fought Baltimore after Baltimore beat Zach. The timing was right.
And Gotti, nigga.
Yep.
Yeah.
Retired Gotti. Like,
Retired Gotti.
So
I mean,
and that's the thing.
even-
And that's what a lot of the other superstars, Pacquiao, same thing. Fighting the guys that you want to see him fight at the time. De La Hoya, same thing. Anthony Joshua, same thing. All these superstars, but Canelo and Tank, and shout out to my man John's daughter, what it do. But yeah, Canelo and Tank, they just kind of giving you what they want when they want type of shit.
He said the hell with both of them.
And I don't blame him. I feel you. I feel you. Like, I'm more of a Canelo. I'm a fan of Tank, but I feel where you're coming from. I could never really get at nobody for feeling that way because I see it. That's why I'm feeling like next year is the make or break for both these niggas.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
that's a good. That's a little poll topic, maybe. You know, who's the
Well, Tank still has some time, and he still has plenty of opponents.
30, but he's 29, but he's 30 years old already, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, Tank does have time.
He's a little bit of time,
and I feel like he does fight more challenging fights than Canelo in a sense.
Yeah, he has. No, go ahead.
What you about to say?
No, I was going to say he has more options, more viable options that we'd be okay with if he fights Haney, Shakur, the guys at 140, Gary. Like he has options, whereas like Canelo doesn't really have a lot of feasible options that we would be okay with that could be reasonable.
But for some reason, he always fights these unreasonable options that we don't fucking care about. That's the problem. Like, and King P's right. Like, Tank has more options, but he even has Plan B options. Like, pause. That are even like, I wouldn't even mind a William Zepeda Tank fight at 135.
I'll take Frank Martin versus Tank.
I would take Frank Martin versus Tank. You see what I'm saying? Canelo don't even have those types of fights, but for some reason he just creates those types of fights, and they're lesser versions.
I ain't gonna lie, like the Jamel fight, I was excited, but I kind of knew Canelo was gonna win that fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly,
I didn't know Mel was gonna just take the fight so unserious. I didn't know his effort was so lackluster. But yeah. I had a little inkling with the way he was handling the press conferences. A part of me was like, "Yo, this nigga gonna bitch up."
There's no lying. I mean, what the fuck? Like, you were talking all this shit about Cinnamon. Well, I mean, really, Jamal.
And that's why I guess I'm a little more lenient to Maul, because he talked all his shit and he beat dude's ass. He put in the effort in both ways, where Mel just, I'm being super respectful, and niggas was eating it up. This is the thing. Fuck this. I got it. Time out. I'm just gonna say this real quick. Like, there's some boxing fans out there that just be on some. I know this sounds like a Thursday topic, but sometimes y'all want black people to hold themselves in a super respectful, honest, composed manner and be a gentleman, and y'all feel that just makes black people look better, and we're a testament to the sport when we do that. Look, that's cool. I get all that.
Respectability politics.
Respectability politics. Look, I get all that, but look, man, this is boxing, nigga. Fuck all that shit. If a nigga got in the game and made his game from talking shit and being mad and disrespectful to niggas and all that, let him keep that fire. Let him keep that energy. Sometimes y'all be wanting to pussyfy niggas for no reason, just because it makes you feel better about being a black person or whatever the fuck you are. Like, all this shit about he need to hold himself more accountable and be nicer, respectful. All this shit niggas was saying and happy and circle jerking on because Mel was being more composed in the interviews. Yeah, you see where that led to, right? So fuck all that shit, man. Y'all niggas will want NBA YoungBoy to make a Nas album.
Well, to be fair, I'll say this. I get where you're coming from with this, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I think maybe I'm only speaking for myself, I didn't have an issue with it this time, because like all the other times I didn't have a problem with Mel was rowdy and like disrespectful to his opponent, because like I actually believed he felt that way. Whereas like Canelo, it's been obvious that both the Charlos are Canelo fans. Like they've been fans for the longest time. So for him to like act like disrespectful to him when I know that he's really a fanboy of him, I wouldn't believe it. It wouldn't be believable to me.
But the man has already talked shit about him, like, and even on the damn All Access with the like, I could beat him. You can't be saying all that shit for years and then just switch up, even if you are a fan of a nigga.
That's true.
Like it's just kind of weak, yo. And then the performance ended up being that weak. But yeah, man, fuck all this shit. Like I know we still got to preview the Ryan Garcia fight, but it's a lot of shit going on. You know, that just tells you it was a good weekend of boxing. That it just leads to all these different conversations and shit. So my bad for making it go left, right, upside down, but it's good shit.
That shit needed to be said, though.
That was a fire cipher.
For real.
Yeah, but